And what's up, everybody? I'm back with another tier list. This is actually a redo of an old tier list, or actually two old tier lists put into one. You guys remember a long time ago, long time viewers of the channel, who the very few of you that you are, I did a fast food tier list and a pizza places tier list. Well, I'm combining the two because I kind of think they kind of fit in both as fast food and making just one fast food tier list. And yes, I actually made this tier list on TierMaker. I finally figured out how. You just need a Twitter account, and you can get logged in and make your own tier lists. And it's pretty complicated to make one, I feel like. How to get the files in for pictures, and then also to make one, you need a Twitter, which is ultimate cringe. But I made that mistake in my life getting a Twitter, and I have to live with it. But at least I can get this to work with that. So. But anyway, we got about 24 places here that I'm going to put on here. Pizza places, fast food places. There are a few new ones that I didn't put on the old tier lists that are on here. So it's not all just a bunch of boring old stuff, but there's some new stuff on here too that I'm going to rank. And I can re-rank some of the old ones too. It's always a little bit of fun to do that. And we'll have a lot of fun. So there's my tiers. And yeah, I'm going to post this on the Discord. You guys can go and do this yourselves and rank them however you want. It's pretty cool. So I know there's a few on here that I haven't tried, mainly In-N-Out Burger. I've never been out where In-N-Out Burger is. I think I've gotten pretty much all the other big ones in my system at one point or another, though. Plus some smaller ones. I did take away some of the local places or ones that I haven't eaten at in a while, just because I wanted a fresh ranking on all of them, and also to keep it generic for people to most people to recognize all the places that are on here. And also just to make it a little bit more fun for me. Because trying to remember every single place that I've eaten at that has a drive-thru or something like that is a little hard for me to do, especially when I have to log them. But I thought it'd be pretty fun to do this. And here we go. So we're going to start with A&W. A&W is the definition of mid. Like, it's not even crazy. Like, they are the absolute definition of mid. Everything in their menu is pretty mid, in my opinion. It's not bad, but it's not, like, exceptionally good either. You know, it's good stuff, and you could probably enjoy your meal, but it's not, like, great, you know? The root beer is their main tag, and to me, I'm not a huge fan of root beer. I like it, but I'm not a huge fan of it. So, you know, and that doesn't really become a huge draw for me. But to some people who do like their root beer a little bit more, I can see why you like it and why you want to support this place a little bit more. But just not my huge cup of tea, but it's still decent. Now, a place that's not decent is Arby's. Arby's is going to go in the E tier. Their fries are okay, but it's kind of sad that that's their main draw, because they go off like their big tagline, "Oh, we're no burgers, but we get all these other sandwiches." Their sandwiches not that good, guys. They're not that good. I really do not like eating here a whole lot. I steer away from this place for a good reason. They're just not that good. They really aren't. They are just not. I mean, especially their buffalo chicken sandwiches, it's not even spicy. It just tastes weird. And the rest of the sandwiches are not that good either. They're one of the few where you taste it and you automatically can feel its artery clogging, and you just it makes it unappetizing. It's not the greatest in my opinion. But, I mean, that's why I'm putting it down in the E tier. I think a lot of people can agree with me on that. But, hey, Tiger scored 3 runs, you get 3 free curly fries from there. So, not a big deal. DQ is going in the F tier, though. Their food is just... At least Arby's has a couple of things that I'd be like, okay, if I had to go there, I would get them. DQ doesn't have that. DQ does not have that luxury, I guess. Their main draw is their ice cream. And their ice cream is good, and I like it, but that's the only reason why I'd ever go there. Their food, the rest of it was just bland. Like, it's not like they make it bad. It's just not anything good. It's kind of like it's like generic stuff, and it's not really, there's nothing really variety, no exceptionality to it either, and it's just kind of generic and bland. It's not, you don't go to DQ for the food. You go there for the dairy, the ice cream, maybe milk. I don't know, but it's just pretty forgettable food-wise. And then Popeyes, which is one of the new ones on this list, I'm going to put it in the B tier. We just recently got to have a few months ago, and it's pretty good. I enjoy it. It's all chicken, but the chicken's good. It's either you can get it like really crispy, but there's also a lot of juicy and tenderness to it. The lack of variety on the menu is kind of a downgrade a little bit, but I think you could get past it if you like chicken. And also if it's closer to, I also feel like it's a little pricey for what it is, but I can see that right now with the high food prices and everything, so I can't really rip them on that when all the other places are also having to rise their prices up, and I'm not ripping them on that. So in that regard, at least. But it's just okay. I mean, it's just it's kind of like a one-trick pony sort of thing. It's good. I like their chicken, but it's not like over the top, that kind of thing. And then Steak and Shake is going to go in the F tier as well. I mean, I don't know anybody in the world who likes Steak and Shake anymore, at least. They're supposed to be famous for their steak burgers, as this thing says right here. But I mean, I guess the food's okay. It's kind of like DQ. The food is, and like DQ and A&W, the food's just okay. It's kind of generic stuff. They're also famous for their shakes, steak burgers and shakes. The shakes are not that great, guys. I've gotten the shakes many times there, and they're just okay at best. There's not really a lot of good ones on there. And then their service is not that great either. I don't like to rip them on their service right now, especially with the staffing issues. But every time I've been to a Steak and Shake and eaten there, the service they take a long time for no reason for really, and it's just a little sketchy kind of thing. And it sucks. And they're on their way out, and so maybe it'll be a nail in the coffin coming with COVID and shit like that. So maybe let's see. But this is not that great. It's another one that I like to steer away from. They DQ has the ice cream as a redeeming quality, but Steak and Shake doesn't have that. But first good one, well, really good one, I should say. Chick-fil-A going to the S tier. I don't support what they support, but man, do I love their fucking chicken. It is god tier. Super juicy, super good every single time I've ever eaten there. The sauces are amazing. The service is really good. I've heard of some horror stories about working there, but I've never personally worked there, so I cannot rate on that. But their food is amazing. Their service is great. The restaurant's always really nice. Take great care, and the food, the waffle fries are really good too, and the nuggets and the sandwiches. I've had their shakes a couple times. They're pretty good. Nothing too exceptional, but they're decent. They're better than Steak and Shake by a mile. And everything about it is just really nice. It's always a good time going to Chick-fil-A for me, and I always really enjoy it. So Burger King's another one. It's going to go in the E tier. It's not going to go. I can't dare to put it in the F tier, but it's definitely not a very high up one. Kind of like Arby's, you can always feel when it's very artery clogging. Their portions are very, very high, very, very thick, very high proportions. They focus a lot on the meats and heavy amounts of cheese and mayonnaise and all that fatty stuff. Of course, they're famous for their Whopper. I will admit, never had an actual Whopper. I've had a Junior Whopper. Never had an actual Whopper before. But I guess, so I've eaten a bunch of other things. Their food's okay. I mean, it's good. I mean, it's pretty decent. The restaurants are usually never that high quality, and the service is hit or miss. They're also located in a lot more sketchy areas. But, overall, I mean, I can see why people sometimes like it, but it's not ever like my go-to thing. I would never steer away from it. I don't think it's any different food-wise than a lot of the other places on this list, but there's some aspects about it that just kind of bring it down a little bit, But I'll never steer away from somebody buying me Burger King, as long as it's not one of those big, thick, 5-pound burgers. Here's another S tier though. Culver's. I love Culver's. Culver's is great. They're like the Chick-fil-A of the North, even though now now they're both in my area. But Culver's is great. I mean, they have the fresh frozen custard is amazing, but their butter burgers are great. Their chicken is great too. Their service is also not always perfect, but it's mostly good. It's definitely on the higher end. You're gonna love it. The restaurants are usually always clean and awesome. And you're always gonna get pretty decent service. The color differentiation is nice because it's different with colors, and the custard is just amazing. If you've never eaten at Culver's, you have to right now. They are amazing, and they're seriously a good competitor to Chick-fil-A, especially since they support. Well, we don't know what they support, but they have never said that they don't support certain aspects of life. But we're not gonna get to that here. Definitely an S tier worthy fast food place for sure. High quality, I should say. Place that I know, the other place I don't like is Domino's. Domino's first pizza place on this list. It's gonna go in the E tier. The pizzas are always like smaller portions. They always cut them up smaller, and they're always really really greasy. And not just the pizza, the garlic nachos are good. I like them, but they are just super super like greasy, and they're so greasy that they saturate the flavor in both the pizza and the breadsticks or the garlic nuts, whatever. Kind of kill the flavor, and it just like kills the mood. I don't know. And they're a little, they're price wise, they're a little on the higher end, but they're not that much. They're just okay. Like it's never one that I was like, oh yeah, let's get Domino's tonight for dinner. Like I never think about that. I know they try to branch out a few other things. I haven't tried some of those, so I'm mainly rating their pizza, but not my favorite. I'm gonna say that for sure. And then Five Guys. Five Guys is really good. Ooh, should I? We'll put them in the A tier for now. A tier definitely. They are a little on the higher price side. That's why I have to put them. They're a little bit more pricey than Chick-fil-A and Culver's. That's why I think I got to throw them back to the A tier. But their food is amazing. They always give you a crap load of fries, and the fries are really good. And then the burgers, you can build your own burger, and you get to watch it being made. And you can put whatever you want on it, and it tastes super, super good. It comes fresh. It's amazing. Oh, if you've never eaten at a Five Guys either, you gotta eat at a Five Guys. They're really, really good. It'll be worth your money. It'll be worth your money, but it's also a little bit higher on the price end. So that's why I gotta throw it down in the A tier. But the S tier, food quality wise alone, definitely an S tier place to eat. And then Jack in the Box. This is out This is like central U.S. out to the west. I've seen it as far east as St. Louis, but I also seen it as far west as Seattle. So I have eaten here though when we were out in Seattle. It's definitely an E tier restaurant. They've been in the news a couple of times for some pretty big scandals, but I don't know. I didn't die when I ate it because I'm obviously still here. But like I guess I came in maybe with a little too high of expectations eating there, but they were just kind of bland. I mean, they weren't anything great. Everything again was just pretty generic, nothing too special. They were just okay. I would recommend eating there once if you're traveling through and you've never eaten there before. But other than that, I really don't. No, I don't really think they're worth your time. Regularly, I should say. And then there's Jimmy John's. Jimmy John's. Ooh, this is a hard one to rank. Kind of fallen off the Jimmy John's train recently, but I think I'm still going to put them in the B tier. Their food's always pretty fresh. I do like that they have a lot of cool combo options, and their subs are always pretty good. You're always gonna get a good sandwich when you're going to Jimmy John's, but there's nothing really too much to say about there. They don't really go with their marketing campaigns recently though with the Jimmy John's. I don't remember. I don't know who that guy's name is, but definitely a B tier style restaurant. It's definitely a little more. It's higher. It's not mid, but it's not like great either. B tier is a good spot for it. And then there's KFC. KFC, I'm gonna put. Now this is a hard one because their chicken's really good. Their chicken's great. Their mac and cheese is really good too. The coleslaw, I'm not a big fan of. Same with the biscuits. I forgot to mention Popeyes' biscuits too. I don't like the Popeyes biscuits at all. I don't like any of these like restaurants that do like Southern style biscuits. Of course, you've probably already seen the video that came out that we talked about that. KFC is one of these places that has them. Popeyes is another. Ooh. Okay. I'm going to put them in the B tier. That's probably a little bit controversial, but I'm going to put them in the B tier. They're about on the same price. Why I'm doing this, because they're about on the same price level as Popeyes, but you get a little bit more for what you're buying. And a little bit more food, a little bit more value towards what you are getting. And that's the only reason why I really see them worthy of being up in the B tier. I know a lot of people are probably gonna rip on me saying, "Oh, you're a white trash." Shut up! My tier list. You want to make your own tier list? Join the Discord and put it in there. But yeah, that's a little bit of controversy. We might change that. Now, Little Caesars. This one hits me hard, home hard. This is gonna be another controversial one, but I love Little Caesars. Like KFC, you get amazing value for what you're buying. The $5 pizzas, they're really good. But the price, quality's not that good. I don't give a fucking fly fuck about quality with this place. It is amazing. Their pizza is super, super good. The crazy bread is to die for. And you get, and then they're super good. I mean, and then super fucking cheap. How much you can ask for? It's always a good night when you get Little Caesars pizza. It's great. Great. And it's a Detroit native brand, so I'm a Michigan homeboy, yeah. McDonald's. Where am I gonna put you, McDonald's? I don't know. McDonald's is a hard one. You know, they're so big and they're very iconic in the fast food industry. But you talk about them as a restaurant. You know, how good really are they? I don't know. They're kind of mid, in my opinion, when it comes to... It's always hit or miss if you're going to get the fries fresh. And, you know, sometimes they get your order correct. Sometimes they don't. You know, you got the Big Mac. I don't like the Big Mac. You know, I've had it a few times. Obviously, you can see my body stature. I've had it a few times. And then their nuggets are okay. And, you know, they're never that's, like, bad. But they're never, like, good either. Like, they always see a McDonald's everywhere. And you always have an opportunity to try it. So it might cause you to pass it up on some other trips where you see something you don't always see. But, you know, if there's nothing else, like A&W, it's always worth your time to go there. They're never bad. There's a reason why they're like one of the biggest companies in the world in general, not just like in fast food. They're definitely biggest in fast food, but like in the world. Now the only Chinese fast food place on here is Panda Express. This was a college classic my freshman year. I'm a sophomore now, by the way. But sadly, they're going to be the first D tier place. I used to really like their orange chicken until it did something to my intestinal system, and now I can't eat it without feeling like I'm either going to throw up or take a dump. After one bite. I still think it tastes good, but like the after effect is just super weird. I don't understand. Their chow mein, I've had chow mein from a couple of different Chinese places. And I think theirs is just a little bit lower quality. The noodles always seem a little overcooked, a little bit dried out. And they really go heavy on the onions, too, which I think kills the taste of the rest of it. Their fried rice is pretty good. And then I've had a couple other things from there that I like. But you know, being a fast food Chinese joint, they're a little, you know, they have to be a little less quality because they got to do a higher production level. And also, they have more places to distribute to. So I can see that. But I know a lot of people really like Panda Express. And I used to like them a lot more than I do now, but they've kind of fallen off the train since I've gotten to eat them a little bit more and take in their quality. All right, now we're up to Panera. Panera's going to go in the A tier. They're another one that's very high quality in my opinion. I love their mac and cheese. It's really good. I wish they had the barbecue chicken mac and cheese. That was my favorite menu item at Panera. And then they decided to get rid of it for absolutely no reason. Then they got rid of the sandwich that you could get along with it. Well, actually, no, I think that's still around, but only sometimes. But, I mean, their food is always very fresh, very high quality. It always feels very freeing to eat it. And the restaurants are always really nice. At least the one closer to our home always seems to have like a fire going on in the winter and a bunch of other things really cool. And their food's always nice. They get the baguettes or the chips. Both are really good. They do have like a lack of variety. Their menu is... I don't know how to say it. They're not like super, super good. They are a little pricey. I keep mentioning the price. I probably shouldn't be, but it's just something you have to take into account when you're going out to buy anything, let alone, and especially food. But they're definitely a good A tier position for me. I just can't put them on the same level like Chick-fil-A and Culver's and that kind of thing. So then we got Pizza Hut. Now, Pizza Hut is super expensive for what it is. They really are. That's why I'm probably going to put them in the B tier. It's probably a little low, probably on the lower end, like a little extreme of a ranking to put them on. But it's just what I feel like needs to happen. But they're definitely good. But they're, again, a little high price. I'd love to give them another chance, but maybe I will at some point, but not right now. This is the most recent new one that I have tried, fast food wise. It's a southern place that is moving up north for the first time ever, Raising Cane's. It's another chicken place, and honestly, super mid. They actually, today is the grand opening for Raising Cane's in here where I'm from. And I tried it down in Kentucky, though, about a month before recording this, and it is just mid. That's what it is, just mid. Nothing else really to say there. It's just their chicken. I mean, first of all, they have a massive lack of menu options, and also because there's like fucking 4 options, and 3 of them are chicken tenders, and then there's chicken sandwiches the other option, and then sauce. They have a sauce that they really value, but it's like it was like the Chick-fil-A sauce, but not as good. And the Texas toast was mid. The fries were all right. The coleslaw was good, except it was very high on the oniony taste, which again, like I said for the chow mein for Panda Express, I'm not a big fan of it going heavy on the onion. So everything is just mid. The restaurant atmosphere was really nice, though. It's got a lot of cool sports stuff around it, so I think that plays into it a little bit. Maybe I'll come around to it. We'll see. It wasn't bad, but it's not great either, especially with the competition of Chick-fil-A, Popeyes, and KFC in the area. And it's just not something that it might pass over after a while. Oh, sorry, my nose is very itchy. Sorry. We're going on a Sonic now. When you drive in and eat them, and again, they're just mid. And there's nothing about them that really stands out, other than the fact that you do drive in, and they're kind of the last stand for that kind of tradition here in the United States, and the novelty of that is what brings a lot of people in. And the food's good. I mean, you get some cool stuff. The tater tots are pretty good, and some of the burgers, and I like some of their menu options. I think they're trying stuff, diverse. But at the end of the day, I mean, they just kind of a little bit lackluster, mediocre, I should say, is a good word to put it. But I don't know, they're all right. Another college classic, Subway. Now, a lot of people don't like Subway anymore. But I don't care what they say. I love Subway. Especially the Italian urban cheese bread. Oh, that was a great find for me. My go-to Subway sandwich, cold cut on Italian urban cheese with just mayonnaise and lettuce. Boom, foot long too. Their cookies, they bake some damn good chocolate chip cookies as well. I mean, they have no business doing anything that good. But man, are they good. Whew. The subs are good. And there's other subs that I like too. I like the meatball subs, one of my favorites. I know a lot of people like some of the sweet onion chicken teriyaki ones and stuff. And you get to pick what you want on them and stuff like that. So there's always you always get that a little bit too. But people think their quality has died down a little bit, and I can see where they're coming from when they say that. But nothing beats walking into a Subway and smelling the bread. I mean, it's amazing. They're definitely not S tier quality, but they're definitely good to fit in that A tier. Now the Bell, Taco Bell. Oh, this is a questionable one to rank here, but this is a hard one to rank. I love Taco Bell, but I have to think logistically here. Cause I don't know. Let's see. This is a toughie. Alright. I have to put them in the B tier. I have to. I'm sorry. I love Taco Bell. It's not just because of the Baja Blast. I do love that they have Baja Blast, but they are just super good. The Doritos Locos Tacos are on point. I tried the chicken chalupas recently. Those are really good. The Nachos Bel Grande is good. It's all good. It's not high quality, but it tastes good, and it's not as bang for your buck as Little Caesars, but it's still pretty good. It's also hit or miss if you're even going to get it, though, because sometimes their systems are down, so you got to worry about that sometimes, but I don't know. I always love a trip to the Bell. Some say it blows up your toilet. I don't know. I must have. Maybe it's Panda Express and Taco Bell should switch then. I don't know. Wendy's is always a good one for me. I like Wendy's. They're gonna go in the 8s here. Their Baconator is really good. A lot of the other sandwiches are good. I like a lot of chicken sandwiches. I always enjoy. The chicken tenders are good too. Or not chicken tenders. Chicken nuggets are always really good. Their Frosties are good too. I always enjoy their Frosties. Especially not the strawberry one. They at least added a little bit more variety in there. And then the cool, the uniqueness of having the square burger always provides a little bit of coolness to it as well. And they're a little more high quality for me. I always enjoy it. Wendy's experience is always good for me. I like Wendy's. Really good A spot for them. Now Shake Shack. I had Shake Shack once. This is another new one that I put on here. I had Shake Shack once a little bit before, I think during COVID time. We were exploring colleges and I found a Shake Shack. But let's see. It's going to be hard to rank this one. A lot of people will probably put this one in the S tier. I can't put them any higher than A. Sorry. A is a little generous for me, I think. I mean, their stuff is good, but like, not like exceptional. Their food's it's on a good par of kind of like a Five Guys or like even like the food quality of like a Culver's or Chick-fil-A. I don't know. It just doesn't stand out to me or anything. Here's like the In-N-Out Burger of the East. Well, I never had In-N-Out Burger, and if I do get In-N-Out Burger, I probably have to update this list again. But under any other of the circumstances, I probably won't. But this will stay. And then finally, White Castle. Now, there's a little bit of asterisk with White Castle because I have eaten White Castle burgers, but I've never actually been to a White Castle. They used to sell them in the freezers, and we would cook them up and eat them. I keep them here though because I think it's good enough. And again, they're just not that good. Like, I put them in the E tier. Like, they're not that good. Like, they're dry. The onions just don't really hit, or they hit too much. The meat's just not that flavorful, and they're just not that great. Not that great, but I can see why some people like them. I bet they're good novelty, and I definitely have to give them a shot again. It's been a little while since I had White Castle, but I think I've tried them enough to rank them good. So, well, this video's already going long, so let's do a little tier ranking here. I got 3 in the S tier: Chick-fil-A, Culver's, and Little Caesars. A tier, we got 5 of them: Five Guys, Panera, Subway, Wendy's, and Shake Shack. B tier, we got 4 with Popeyes, Jimmy John's, KFC, and Taco Bell. C tier, we got A&W, McDonald's, Raising Cane's, and Sonic. D tier, Panda Express and Pizza Hut. E tier, Arby's, Burger King, Domino's, Jack in the Box, and White Castle. And DQ and Steak and Shake round up the bring up the rear in the F tier. So there you go. That's my tier list, folks. I'm gonna post in the Discord so you guys, so people can go and check it out and have a good time and ranking their own versions of this. And if you have any other fast food places that you don't see on this list that you want me to see ranked, of course, anything else, Waffle House was another big one I put on here. Denny's was another big one I didn't put on here. But again, haven't eaten at those before, or I haven't eaten them in a really long time, so I couldn't rank them here. But I probably won't do this again until I try In-N-Out Burger, because I know that's like a big one that I haven't tried either. But if you got any other ones that you want, where would you put them on the ranking? I'd like to hear it in your comment section down below. What do you think of my rankings? I'd love to hear that about in the comment section down below as well. So that's going to do it for this tier list. Stay tuned for much more amazing content. And until next time, I will see you guys later. Goodbye.